We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. And in the studio right now, we have our in-studio guest, Duece Flame.
What's happening? What's happening?
Duece Flame. Welcome,
Duece
welcome,
Flame.
welcome to the All Cums Back to
Rapper,
Sex.
producer,
Man.
you know what I'm saying?
Director, engineer. He's doing it all.
Everything. When I say the true definition of an independent artist, I mean the true definition
About to
of
blow
an
up,
independent
shoot,
artist.
wait.
Man.
I
Boom.
mean, he does everything by himself.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Thank you for the introduction.
Of course.
Yeah, who is that guy, huh?
That guy sounds good.
So Duece Flame, based in LA by way of Houston.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started and how you made your way to LA.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been making music for a little minute, over a decade. And I just wanted to be in an area where I could really get my music out there, really be able to have a lot more accessibility to people that are looking for my type of music. So
Right.
I had the opportunity to come to LA just to visit, but then I figured if I'm gonna come out, because I was gonna drive. Oh, you got the game on right now. That's funny.
Yeah, you stay
You
watching
know
it.
what I'm saying? But I was gonna drive out here anyway. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna be out here for a couple weeks, I might as well just stay, type shit. So I was like, alright, fuck it. So I decided I was gonna just move out here to LA. It was really random, but that was over 2 years ago. I'm here now, still pushing. Linked up with a lot of people, met a lot of new artists, a lot of new, just engineers and people. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's been dope.
What was your hardest transition from Houston to LA for you? Because this is a whole different ball of wax here in California.
Really getting around and not really knowing the place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I was here, I had my car for a little bit, and then like I got rid of that after a couple months, and then I'm still fresh out here trying to really maneuver around, not really knowing people, not really, knowing my environment. So like having to really trust people all over again and stuff like that. So it was a refresh, you know what I'm saying? But I got through it.
So now you said you had a chance to meet some people that's really been able to put you on game.
Yeah.
How did those kind of relationships come to be?
I've learned a lot from the relationships that I've had. I really learned a lot about myself. Learned a lot about like what I want to tolerate and stuff like that. Cause it's so many people out here. It's like you don't have to work with somebody. It's like if something don't work over here, you can keep on doing your thing. If you come across somebody else, that's cool. But I mean, I feel like with everybody, you get something. Like, so you learn something about yourself. You learn something about the music industry. You get more game about the equipment, about the hardware, software that you use. I soak in all that stuff, and it really helps me out.
So I saw on your Instagram last year now. That's crazy. When Nip passed, you have posted something.
Yeah.
That you actually met him.
Yeah.
A few years back.
I met Nipsey in 2018 actually. Shout out to my partner G. He was working up there at the radio station at 979 The Box. And he told me Nipsey was coming through. I was like, yo, I gotta pull up. So I pulled up. I actually sat in during the interview, man. It's kind of crazy talking about that shit now because like I had recorded it and everything. I talked to him, chopped it up with him afterwards, asked him for like a little bit of advice and shit. And like I had this song that I had made. That's it's funny because that shit's actually on Headspace. I had this song that I had wanted him to get on so bad, and I was like, yo, how can I get you on this song? And it's like, yo, man, holler at my manager or whatever type shit. And I'm like, okay, he basically, dismissing my shit, but it's okay because I'm gonna go to LA soon, and I'm gonna, get all that shit happening and stuff. So it was actually funny. The first week I came down here, I had went up to the Marathon clothing store. Went to go cop a shirt. Black Sam was there. I had hollered at him. Real cool guy. I was really hoping Nip was gonna be there, but he wasn't there. But yeah, man, it was cool meeting him, man. It was real good energy being around that guy.
What was your biggest takeaway from that meeting him?
Man, niggas ain't gonna give you shit, man. It ain't sweet, man. People be thinking it's sweet, like you just gonna like talk to somebody and be like, yo, man, give me that, and they're just like, oh, okay.
I remember being in that plaza right there on the corner of Crenshaw and Florence. No, Florence? Yeah. No, Slauson. Crenshaw and Slauson. And I bought a cassette tape from Nipsey Hussle. And I remember like knowing at that time, I was like, I'm probably never gonna listen to it, but he was so polite in the way he came at me.
Yeah.
I had to buy. He said, you don't have to buy. You don't have to give me. He said, I'm trying to get 10, but if you don't have to, I'll take whatever you'll donate. So I gave him the 10 anyway.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, God, he was so pleasant and so kind. It was like, I don't even care what it sounded like. I'm going to buy this.
You know, that's funny. That's funny because, like, right after I met him, I was like, yo, I'm not too big for this shit. And I went to the gallery and I was like, man, I had a whole bunch of my CDs. I had a bunch of, like, Headspace, copies of Headspace, old Headspace, like songs that didn't even end up getting released and shit. I went up to the mall and I was just out there, like, all day, just, like, selling CDs to people.
That's a rite of passage, I feel like.
I think
you know
you
what I'm
have
saying?
to.
Especially
you know,
for someone independent, like Nip was independent. That's how Master P did. He was independent.
I mean,
that's how they start. Like that's like a rite of passage. I feel like.
NWA was doing the same thing, selling it out of their trunks. That's how you.
Yeah,
but when you do that grind, it makes you a different type of person because that grind is different. You had to earn wherever that you get to.
Yeah,
and when you get there, you know, you appreciate it more and you feel more like I deserve this because I worked to be here.
Yeah,
so you don't have that sense of entitlement, you know, that a lot of people have. I think it's really cool. So what I see you have Flames 1, God Flame Volume 1 and Volume 2. Mm-hmm. Is this your third CD or is this like...
So, technically this is my... God Flame Volume 2 is technically my third studio album that I released. I put out mixtapes. I put out a couple EPs, but this one is my third.
Okay.
These two that I put out are my second and my third officially.
What do you like the most out of what you do? Is it the rapping, the writing?
The rapping for sure. It's the rapping part because I mean the writing, the producing part is like I feel like that's the easy part. And then like the rapping, like actually getting on the microphone, that's the cool part because it's like a prelude to actually being in front of people doing the shit. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like practicing, like the early practice of getting a show. You know, so that's really the cool part about it to me.
You had an album release party.
Yeah.
Is it called album or CD release? What is it?
We call it album.
Okay.
This is pre-COVID.
Right.
Album
Right. You
release
had
for
release
your
party.
album Headspace, and you had an amazing turnout for that. So with that project, I know you were working on it for a minute. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from? Like where did the name of the album Headspace come from? And like what's the like overall vibe of the project? Yeah, that water's for you. Go on and get that. Go on and get that. Go on and get that.
Hospital.
We try to do our guests
Look,
right.
we got a like a
lineup of our. Listen, you messing with some professionals.
I'm
in a minute, you know, you coming now, but if you waited like 2 weeks, I'd be like, who's Duece Flame?
Hey, it's all good. But yeah, as far as the album Headspace, I got that from where I was after I graduated from college. When I graduated college on my graduation
college
day,
educated people.
Yeah. I had dropped a mixtape called Commencement. It's actually funny. It's kind of deep. I graduated from Baylor University. I graduated the last semester that s.o.u.r was there. If y'all know who s.o.u.r is, you kind of hip with what was going on over there. And like I had actually recorded like me walking and shit. And there's a couple clips from my commencement actually on the mixtape, you know, and that was kind of like my introduction to really like jumping into the shit. I'm really done with school. Like I got more time to make music, more time to really do my shit. But I really didn't fall into where I wanted to fall into, and then I was kind of stuck in between like do I need to get a job or can I get a job? I'm not getting a job. Like, damn, what the fuck? I need a job, you know?
Right.
It was a lot going on. You know, I'm in all these different places, man. I'm working at a call center, like, that shit was whack.
You did know that's not where you wanted to get to.
Yeah,
you did not do all that college just to go sit in and do
like
work call center.
I left that bitch like after like a couple weeks.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, I couldn't go for it. But yeah, like and stuff was just crazy, man. I was, you know, my living situation wasn't the best. My relationship status wasn't the best. I wasn't at home. I ain't been home in a while. You know, most people they go back home after they graduate. I figured I'd stay out. And I just really needed to kind of like reboot. And yeah, I went back home after like a year after college, and then I pretty much finished Headspace. You know, it's funny. Actually, I drew the album cover of Headspace when I was working at the damn.
When I say he does everything, he does everything. He's on art and everything.
Artwork, everything.
That means he's not giving none of his money away.
Right.
Yeah.
He's Prince.
Try to keep as much as I can in my pocket.
Hip hop Prince, right?
So I want to know, how did you like learn how to produce your own music and you're mixing it too, like everything. Yeah. Like a lot of people could produce their music, but they gotta send it off to somebody else to mix it.
Yeah.
Or they have somebody else engineering it. So
yeah.
Like, how did you learn how to do that? I mean,
man, I've been doing this shit for a minute, man. As I was little, I had a laptop. So like 8, 9 years old, I got a laptop in my bedroom, a little microphone or whatever I got to record some shit. And I was just, in there. This was like LimeWire days and stuff.
LimeWire days.
I'm always downloading stuff.
You didn't know what you was going to get with LimeWire.
Yeah, right. A lot of times it was Soulja Boy. He was trolling, man. But yeah, like I just always had it. So I was just always recording myself. I learned how to engineer, mix my own music at a very young age. And I guess like 6, 7 years into me arranging and mixing my vocals, I was like, well, I guess making beats is damn near the same shit. You just mixing and putting together sounds and stuff like that. So like, let me try it. Mm-hmm. And I was on Pro Tools and I just put a couple samples together. And what area do you feel that you have the most growth in since you've, I'm gonna say, transitioned into where you are now? Because just the move to California has changed your status in such a way that you're not the artist you were when you were in Houston. Mm-hmm. So what do you think, what area do you feel is it has been your biggest growth? Really learning how to be a producer. Cause I mean the music, the rapping, that shit's natural. That's in my blood. My pops used to rap and shit, so
okay.
That's easy. The producing shit, I really just started producing because I was tired of rapping on beats that weren't mine. I didn't want to really pay nobody for no beats, so like I was making beats for myself. Mm-hmm. If I could hit, make a couple dollars selling beats to like rappers that don't really know shit about beats, like
I was just about to ask you. Were you interested in doing that?
I sold I sold a beat tape to somebody for like in college for like $300, and I was like, man, what the fuck, dog? Like,
you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But now I see at the time, that was dope. Like that was a what the fuck, like this, like what the fuck, like this is dope. Like cause
that's quick money and it was easy for you.
Because it's so easy for you to do.
That was my first year making beats, man. I'm like, these beats is trash, but like this guy is trash. Like he wants these beats, so he bought the beats, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, now I can get in the studio. Now I have the mindset of let me make this beat not only something that I want to rap on, but if I was in the studio with other artists, they would want to hop on, or so I can really sit down and be like, yo, what kind of vibe you feeling? And I can sit down and have the motivation and like just the confidence to make a beat in front of somebody and just go with the flow instead of like, hey, let's get on YouTube and pull up beats.
Yeah.
You talked about wanting Nipsey Hussle to be on one of your CDs that you had that you worked on at the time. If you could have your choice today, mm-hmm. who would that be that you would like to work with? What artist?
If I could work with an artist right now, mm-hmm. Shit, man, something that would be like the most natural, man. If I can get a song with Wiz, that'd be dope. I think that would be some fire ass shit that would come out the studio if me and Wiz Khalifa getting it in there.
Okay.
That'd be dope.
Well, you want to go to another one of his songs?
Yeah,
actually,
or you want to get into some more of our?
I mean, A plus is a song.
A plus.
I got a song. Let me see if you can find it.
I'm glad he got headphones on so he can hear us.
It's on title. This is my favorite song by him, right here.
We're gonna get into another one of Duece Flames.
Oh, I think you know what it is.
We're gonna get into another one of Duece Flames.
This is the first Duece Flame song I heard. I was like, wait, this is him?
This is what I think
it's my
people's first song.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay.
It's called Stunt Double.
Stunt Double.
Ain't no run on. Goddamn flame, you done cut the sun on. For absolutely no reason, I had to stun on. Best believe I'm walking. front double. Fourth and inches going forward, don't need no hug. Get that bitch the dick, she do not get no cover. I had to change up on my shit, she left about 4 puddles. I'm diving deep and I ain't talking about no snow shovel. I alley-oop it to my nigga, she on whole level. I'm elevated in the game, I ain't on your level. That's the flow level.
I don't know why I didn't think that.
Surprise. You
Let's get it.
surprised? All right. Everybody up. A
Yeah.
plus, you in this too? You got it? What would you do if you could be the opposite sex for 24 hours? Somebody describe to me your day.
Man, I'll tell you right now. I see how much money I can make, man. Like, cause I always had this theory that I feel like a woman can find an easier way to get some money than doing whatever it comes down to doing. And usually not corporate shit, cause how that
It all comes back to sex.
But like, I don't know if it was gonna be no sexual shit, but I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie. If it came down to it, if I knew it was a 24-hour thing,
That part.
then shit.
You rocking with what you got.
I'm gonna have to run up something. I'm too talented. If I had the same talents and shit, nigga, man, people be making bands off of OnlyFans and shit, all types of stuff. Man, I'll make it look good, make a flyer for some shit. Gonna make an Instagram post, we're gonna run some ads. It's gonna go down.
That part.
Well,
We're definitely going to get a fans only page.
I co-sign 100%. You took the words right out of my mouth.
That would be your 24-hour day.
That's the
Yeah,
safest
making
answer.
money.
they make it money.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So the women are making all the money on OnlyFans.
I know a couple dudes
I
that's
keep
making
playing.
money on there too, though.
I keep teasing with that. I keep teasing with it.
I guess I'm gonna be the dude that just goes around and get a bunch of money from women. Cause there's guys.
You gonna be a pimp.
There's guys, listen, that
Fillmore Slim.
you know what I'm saying? Not a pimp, but like they got this one over there. That will handle money with without thinking twice.
Where they at?
They out there.
When women that give you money.
Just
Man,
But if you with them, you have them thinking that it's just them. Then
It's just you,
y'all
baby.
together.
Yep.
Then it's both
gotta
ways.
give
Just
the
like you give her
illusion.
money, you should be able to go back and forth. So maybe what I'm saying, I'll go around to all my women's sis
women's business.
and be like and come up with some kind of story and get some money. That's what y'all do.
Yeah, you have to.
Not bad.
How would you create the illusion that she's the only one? You're the guy, right?
Yes.
How would you create the illusion for her that she's the only one?
Just lie. they have that ability. It's like almost God given.
It's like breathing.
It's literally like breathing. They will lie before they take a deep breath. It's like,
God damn.
for what?
Oh,
But it's
shit.
like, no, what? No. So what they do
To the
is
grave.
let me
To
tell
the
you what
grave.
let me tell you what men do, right? They have this
Watch
this
A plus.
power
Don't
where
generalize everybody.
they have this power where they're able to flip things,
Right, and put it on you.
right? And put it on you. They're very manipulative.
Turn the
They can
tables.
flip things and put it on you. Especially, or I'll just go over there and act like everything's cool and start a fight and leave.
Right.
Because that's what they do. Start arguments and then leave. Oh, you tripping? And then leave. And then they can go to the next one and do
Right.
the same thing. Go to the next one. Am I lying?
What
That's what they do.
you think I don't
I'm not
love
saying you.
You
but
think
that's
I don't
what they
love
do.
you,
Hey,
girl?
sounds right.
You
Yeah.
think I don't love you, then I'm
It
leaving.
don't sound far-fetched at all.
Get what you need. Start a fight and leave. That's it. Sexy Pete.
I mean, everybody knows I want to have a dick for a day. I want to know. I want to know what it feels like to
Like
carry
that.
the dick and balls around. I want to know, what does that feel like? It sounds crazy, but I promise you.
Yeah.
My mind, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, how does it feel
I mean,
to
all you
walk
gotta do
around?
is
Like
call TC and borrow her strap. You know she got
oh my
a few of them.
God. Now I see that. Shout out to
Someone probably got
TC,
balls
the comedian. Shout out to TC, the comedian.
Now I don't know what you're gonna do about it because it's permanently erect, so it ain't like normal.
Right.
It ain't like that dude that had to grow
Like,
it
you
on
know
his
who you are.
forearm. But,
Right. You got dudes.
Yeah, there's a guy in Australia he has some kind of infection, like some kind of blood infection, and his penis fell off.
It just fell off.
It turned black and it fell off.
Look at his face.
The balls was there, but it dropped off.
Dude's face is like.
So what they did was he went to
Balls
the hospital
only.
and they, you know how they can grow ears or whatever. they grew a new penis on
He
his
trying to get a
arm.
visual of it.
Right?
I'm trying to figure out
They
how.
grew it. They grew it flat on the
Why?
arm. They grew it flat on the arm, and then once it started
Okay,
growing,
I see.
then they detached it, so it's
Detached it.
dangling. And
So
he
he
actually,
basically got dick on him.
yeah, so it's still there. It's like currently. This is current.
Are they gonna move it?
They're gonna move it like after COVID because it's not like.
Of
it's
course,
like a
okay, but
choice.
they needed somewhere to grow it. They
Right,
John
they
Tate
go
said
through
he
it.
be
So
having
he
sex like this.
He like this because it's loose, and he gotta wear long sleeves all the time. But he paid an extra.
Nah.
What was it? 50,000 to get 2 more inches.
2 more inches.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta
Would you-
wait anyways. I mean,
would you-
shit, fuck it.
We had a whole conversation about if you could have 2 inches, two more inches added on, would you do
Or
it?
just more in general.
If I could, is that what she's asking?
Yeah.
I don't think it would be necessary.
That's what he said.
That's what he
But I said I beg to differ. I feel like because he's talking about going through the actual surgery, but I'm like I don't know a man walking that would not have a bigger penis if he could, just so he could say.
I don't know, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Yeah. Was you?
And
He must.
I said about the whole cut.
Switch over here.
No, no.
Oh, switch mics.
Yeah. Let him have it.
Oh,
You take that one.
Oh, we're moving
Oh, that's
mics around.
the one from the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is,
I don't know if y'all heard.
Like a hot
Duece Flame.
potato.
Yeah.
Are you
He was
good?
saying he don't need no
No,
Yeah,
kids need
no
2 more
extenders,
inches.
No extenders.
Yeah, I said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. You start adding shit on, you gonna be too many.
But the thing is, what is like, they could connect it, but it's not gonna have the same feeling as it did before because it's not the same
Shit,
skin.
I already said no, so I wouldn't have even known
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, that's the same thing. I said, well, I wouldn't do that. I said, y'all lying.
I said, nigga, you lying.
Ain't nobody saying it's small. It's saying
if I was told like, man, I ain't gonna lie, you could probably use a couple extra inches. Then like, all right, then when you would have asked me that question, I'm like, man, I probably saw it. But
Did y'all bring some merch? I want y'all to bring merch so you can show your merch.
Always bring merch.
Duece
Always
Flame
advertise
got merch
yourself.
too, does his own merch.
It's called branding, boo. It's called branding.
But we gonna.
Yeah, I would
we gonna
definitely
drop all
want to
that
know.
info.
I would definitely want to know. You know
Oh,
what
it
that,
is here.
what those. I think
you
that
know,
they would
let me not cap though. I ain't gonna lie. If they're like, man, you can have
And
it.
eventually I got it out of him, right? You know, stop lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, here, girl. Here's 2 more. Bam, bam. Big Daddy.
I'm thinking about it though for a minute.
I just thought about it. I was like, you know.
Yeah, I can take 2 more. I got 10, but I take 12. This nigga right here.
Hey, look.
That was what that was at first because he did the same thing. And then was Papa here?
No.
Okay, somebody else was here. No?
Uh,
Whoever was here. That was y'all ego at first talking. Come on, yeah, right. I don't know. They in a man walking that would not be bigger if they could, just so they could say.
Maybe it was West from.
You know,
from the
like I
background.
said, you know, it's just one of those things, man. Like, fuck it, okay, you gonna give it to me.
So it's free. I ain't got to pay for it. It's free. I get two more.
Oh, I gotta pay?
You know,
God bless you.
Richard Pryor told a joke about when he was leaving his woman and the dog went over and pissed in the corner and said, "Say, Rich, I'm gonna leave a little piss over here in the corner for you. Never me by." So he was in an argument with this woman, and she said, he told her, I know that this is the best dick that you ever had, and she said, he said, I'm gonna go get me some new pussy. And she said, if you had 2 more inches of dick, you find some new pussy here. So truly, you might want the extra 2 inches of dick.
See?
You just might want
She's
it.
saying you don't know what you missing.
You don't know what you're missing.
Y'all heard I got the
And
truth out of
I
blow
think it's
for 'em.
some more said you got pocket pussy. Like you have a separate section of that everybody don't get to be in.
I mean, I feel like when you get to a certain area, it's like extra is just like, okay, you got more.
For you.
For you.
Well, the thing is, I got it out of both of them.
Yeah.
I knew
You know.
So the truth
Like I said,
the truth is now out. It's now
yeah,
out.
you're right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going.
Period.
That's what we
Yeah,
thought.
all right. Okay, where we at?
Merchandise.
We are. Oh, you want your name merch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some stuff.
So of course, Duece Flame has
So
merch
just
too.
kind of go ahead and let them know where they can find your merchandise and everything.
This your camera right here. Oh, yeah, this.
Yeah, that
This
was.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I ain't even see these cameras.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
you,
you
that
on-
was on her. This one, these two is like
Well,
this.
look, hey, what is this?
Oh,
Say
snap.
Flame Daddy.
Okay, so
So
look,
tie-dye.
we got some Flame Daddy t-shirts, some Flame Daddy tees.
Mm-hmm.
We got some God Flames, of course, for the album to show the album. And then we got the logo, the embroidered
Aw, the
logo,
logo.
tees, a few things. You know what I'm saying? I got some more stuff
Yeah,
that
I'll
I'm
come with
working
free
on.
stickers too.
They come with stickers, all that stuff. I got hats, I got hoodies, that's what we got right now.
Damn.
We're working on some more
And
stuff.
where
so
you
stay
can find
tuned.
it at?
That's on my website, distrokid.com. You can actually, whatever this is in the background, it's just slapping. Man.
You know who did instrumentals? Don't play me.
Okay,
Don't
yeah.
try to play me.
Stop playing.
No, but spell
producer.
because Duece Flame ain't spelled like Duke. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah,
spell.
Duece Flame, DUECEFLAME, DueceFlame.com, or you can go to my Instagram. You can actually Instagram, Facebook, all of that. It's the same thing, DUECE Flame. And yeah, you can
We
go
don't-
check the merch out.
We don't never, like, you can always tell by someone's business if they're black or not. Just how we did It All Comes Back to sex. People think, oh, C-O-M-E-S. Negative. Ours is C-U-M-S.
Sometimes you gotta put some swag to it. It
You
makes
have
sense.
to. You gotta be a little, put a little,
Put your thing.
put your own little swerve on it.
Mm-hmm.
Your own
Yeah.
little swerve on it.
Make sure you go and check that out. Get you some merch.
Make
It's
sure you-
it's another black business.
You
For
know,
real.
It
It ain't no major record label pushing this. This is all him doing everything.
Yeah, man.
So
If you feel like doing
That's so
something
cool to
good
me.
for the for the economy, doing something good for the greater good of everybody out there hustling, put a couple dollars in my pocket so I can inspire somebody else, man.
damn.
All right, here's you guys' next conversational piece.
Okay.
We have time? Are we good on time?
Yeah.
All right. So here's my question, or here's my I want to know. When do you think it's a good time to bring up a delicate sexual conversation with your partner?
How delicate are we talking?
Oh, you know, I have herpes.
Got that hurt dirt.
Yeah, you know, something delicate, something that make you be, I have herpes, When do you think is the best time to have that kind of conversation? Now, you've been talking for a while. Let me
I'll
set the
feel
scene
first of all.
for you.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
You've been, you met this person on, hell, I don't know, some dating app, because that's what you do today. You met them on a dating app. It's very modern. You met them on the dating app, and you're seeing this person, and you've had conversation and emails and text messages and phone conversations, and you've gone out a few times, and now you're at the point where, I think I want to take this to the next sexual level. When do you have that conversation about something that you're carrying around, STDs, that you might want to mention to them before you actually have the intimacy? At what point?
Well,
Is it?
I feel like all of these questions are personal questions. So, like me personally, it depends on how quick it is that I'm trying to have sex with this person. And if you got something like that going on, you probably need to be worried about other things.
You know what I'm saying?
You probably shouldn't be worried about sexual partners and dating and date naps type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Go somewhere, sit down.
Go to the doctor.
Hot box. You know what I'm saying?
Go to the doctor.
Go quarantine or something.
Go over there
You know what I'm
tripping.
saying? Yeah, just wait. At least wait until you're done or whatever. Go get your medicine
Go get
or
your
whatever you need to do.
You flare it up
Right.
and shit.
Get your shot or something and then go back out there.
A+ said amoxicillin.
Yeah, the ceilings, man.
All the cylinders.
Any one of them, just as long as it ends in silly.
Something is something, man. Take some medicine and just handle that, cause I feel like that's not even a conversation. That's not even a conversation you need to be having with somebody. That's a disqualifier.
Period. Especially the herp dirt.
Handle your business,
Herp dirt.
man. Handle your.
You got the herp dirt.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. It seems like a normal thing though.
It is now.
Whenever you see somebody talking about like herpes on social media, there's always, and this is more than a lot of topics. There's always a lot of people. Oh, everybody has individual, and it's like okay, like
I'm gonna just slide to the move around.
Do you notice that the only time that you see a lot of black people in the commercial is when it's one on AIDS, HIV medicines, and
herp dirt.
with her.
Well,
herp dirt.
Where Usher at?
They just
We're extra. He has a residency in Vegas.
Cause you know
Dirty dick and all.
that's stuff that's not normal for us. So they, you know, they gotta let us feel like shit is normal, man. So that
I
we
think
can
it's. I think
accept
that
shit.
that's just their way of saying they have it,
That's what they trying
and
to
we
do.
don't.
It's deflection, like I said. You know, when it's not no like it's like, man, why are you teaching us about lights and shit? Like, it ain't even know we ain't finna have. I don't know nobody that's ever had no light, so we shouldn't even. That shit don't matter, you know. So why would they have us on things that don't have nothing to do with us?
Because that's the narrative.
It's
Right,
it's a
right.
deflection type of
But I'm
thing.
not gonna climb on the soapbox. But
Yeah, because you know we can do that.
I feel like I'm a piggyback off of what Duece Flame said. Don't talk to me.
Look at her eyes. She like,
Period.
don't.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
If you, first of all, there's no cure.
Fantasia said it
listen
best.
to me. There's no cure.
There's no cure.
For the hurt
cure
dirt.
for this. I don't want it.
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
want it.
If you have something like hurt, even if you have something that there's a cure for, I'm gonna need you to sit this one out until you get that taken care of, okay? Don't come over here leaking, because men can leak too. Y'all have the clap
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah. Is
So-
there such? Go ahead. I'm
But
sorry.
if you do, if like, because you said like you've been talking for a while, like no, we gonna fight if we've been talking for a long time and you have this.
And you haven't
wasting
said
my
anything.
time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You waste my time, but you know I would appreciate if they said that before anything real happened.
Like, hi, my name is Sexy P. I have.
That's what it should be like. How you would say like, oh yeah, my name is.
I'm a
so-and-so.
Virgo.
The
I have.
first few words, if you have kids, that should be one of the
Right.
first few things
First-
that you say.
yes.
I'm gonna need you to let me know. Okay, I need the Carfax. Print it out, bring it to me.
Now is that like
Carfax.
just before sex, or is like
Period.
if y'all was like, oh, I'm just here to see what you talking about or see what you like, you know what I'm saying?
So you just
Did-
gonna.
you know what I'm saying? Does that need to come up in the conversation?
I mean, even if you having like instant sex, because you met him today and you go home tonight and you decide you're gonna have instant sex.
That's
Well,
your
see,
thing.
What you
hear
grown,
we
you
talking
do
about
what you
here?
want to do. But I'm just saying, at the same point, like, when do they bring it up to you? Shouldn't it be said?
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause of course, some people be having instant sex, but in the situation that y'all are saying, it's like, all right, y'all been talking for a minute. If y'all not having sex, then well, it's just funny all around. Cause if y'all been talking for a minute and you still have something like that, like when are you gonna get it taken care of?
If it's the hurt dirt, that's it.
It
It's
don't go
in
away
there.
though. So what you gonna do?
Oh,
with it?
well, I
So
guess that's
in
what we're
that-
talking about.
Yeah, so
Right.
in that case, then they need
You
to
said when you gonna get it taken care of? And go to the doctor, get it done.
I mean,
Well, yeah, no,
Because it has
yeah,
been
you
done.
gotta talk about that up front, cause
Up front.
cause like when you
That'll get you
dating,
beat up.
when you talking and shit, you do cute stuff like kissing, sharing food, drinks and shit.
Oh, I don't share
Exchange of
food.
saliva.
You know,
My kids don't share. They don't share food. They might. They're not doing that. They eaters.
I've never
Get
been
your
that
own
girl to
food.
like have my plate and eat off the.
Right.
Well, I don't.
Did you
think
want
it's-
some? Excuse me, waitress.
That's different.
That's different.
That's really sharing food. I mean, like, okay, I got like 4 chicken nuggets. You know what, fuck it, you can have one. I think that's just breaking bread. I don't think that's here. Give me your fork. Not that type of shit. But yeah, like you would have to talk about that up front.
Yeah, you got to do that
For
ASAP.
sure.
Right.
This ain't no discrimination to people who may be suffering from.
Yeah, of course. Like
I mean, maybe
Not
you be,
discrimination,
I mean,
but it's
maybe,
definitely
I mean, you know what?
conversation.
Y'all hit that, get that Dr. Sebi's diet. You might be all right.
You never know. 'Cause
I'm
he
serious.
said he can cure all kinds of stuff.
No, his
Dr.
diet
Sebi.
cure all that,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Y'all put in McDonald's.
Back to the diet
be,
again.
letting Travis Scott have y'all eat quarter pounders with bacon on it. You'll be all right.
is that
Man,
all that shit is?
Yeah, it's a quarter pounder with bacon.
first of all, the
I'm
quarter
shout out
pounder.
to him for getting his money though, but
I get that every time I go to McDonald's.
I heard a thing about McDonald's. I don't know if it's truth. I won't say it, but I saw a little video that someone sent to me. Look, I won't say it. I'm saying it anyway. It was a little
Don't
video.
spoil.
Somebody
Spoil it.
inboxed me. They messaged me video from China about McDonald's selling with the COVID virus happening. That they're selling body parts. They're cutting up body parts and using it to blend with meat. And they're It was like raw video footage inside, and they were saying like this is and then like chicken nuggets might be expired or whatever, and they'll take the old chicken nuggets that were already processed and cut and remash it with the new mashy chicken stuff. Like, I'm sitting there going, and literally my answer to her post was like the throw up face and then the throw up face. I was like, what? So yeah, it was pretty disgusting. And they literally showed the meat hanging and like arms and legs and stuff like that. It was pretty gross. Again, I don't know if this is true, China. I'm just saying, you guys. That's why I like fast food. Like, I'm so cool on it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So cool on it.
What else we got? We got.
Do you think it's a myth? Is it a myth that spontaneous sex is better than planned sex? Is it a myth?
I think people are tell them with it, make up whatever they need to make up when it comes down to sex, man. I think that's not. I don't think there's any truth to that statement. If it's a good experience, of course you're gonna say that. But if it don't work out, then what? But some spontaneous shit can always lead to some trouble or something. So I'm not gonna say.
Some herb dirt.
It could be it could be spontaneous, but be completely awkward.
Yeah.
That too.
Y'all going to kiss each other, you hitting heads and like you just ain't lining up.
I feel like when it comes down to spontaneous actions, if you're not on the same page, like somebody can be like a little bit more eager than the other, and like you said, somebody gonna hit foreheads, teeth clanking and shit. All that awkward shit is like, oh, okay, well, but yeah, I mean,
Planned sex. I think planned sex lets you add the foreplay to it that enhances the sexual experience. It enhances the sexual experience. So I think when you can do that, it makes it better.
Yeah, I think the anticipation is a lot more appreciated than just
clanking
teeth.
Clanking teeth.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay.
There's what if you there are still areas like with the woman's body sexually that even doctors are still kind of baffled with in reference to how they automatically think that men have a high level of sexual activity and sexual desires, and that women don't have that level of sexual desire. They also think that men can have an orgasm and have sex and be good. They think that women will have an orgasm and be good. But have you ever had sex with someone and didn't have an orgasm and like want to masturbate afterward? Or a woman that it was like you had an orgasm but still there's a sexual part of you inside of you that's still thinking about that satisfaction level is not there. Like you still have that.
Not like
Yeah.
Of the sex.
Yeah, like you had the finish and everything, but somehow, some way, immediately when they leave, you're like, shit, I still need to do this one thing for me to, like that pleasure zone wasn't actually
satisfied.
Yeah, it wasn't satisfied.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I said that the other day.
That's a tricky question because man, I don't really come into situations like that.
Literally.
That's what he said.
Right.
Exactly. I feel like if it is something like that, because that has happened before. If when that happens, it's like with somebody I know, somebody that I frequently have sex with, and like something must have happened that like really turned me off, or like
in the midst
of it happening, or like you playing too much, or like you bringing up some shit that you think is funny right now, and it's like, nah, bruh, like we still need to have this conversation. You know what? This ain't angry sex. Like, nigga, I'm stop. Like stuff like that. But like that's rare.
Someone told me, he said the same person. He said, I can't quote it exactly, but something to the effect of, I'm not trying to rape a woman because that's wrong. He said, but I want to have like the kind of sex that I want to like grab her and snatch her up, like creeping her window and like grab her and snatch her up and have like Burglar sex. I want to burglarize the coochie.
Now I know why you don't want to call it.
Oh my God. He said,
Keeping Tom.
he said he wanna climb in the window. But he says the difference between, he said, not rape, that's different. He said, I don't mean that. I'm talking about sneaking in the window and burglarizing
Well,
the
he
pussy.
could do like role play then.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He was like, no.
No, I don't want to know her.
No, I don't want to know her.
Her window.
No, I want to know her, but I want to surprise her with like burglar sex. Like, do you have like, you have a mask on with your mouth open like a ski mask?
Go ahead and do that and get shot.
Fuck around.
That sounds like
That's fire.
If
See,
you
freaks.
really knew that like you can go there with somebody and like it would have to, you would have to make sure you really not scaring them. Now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you really doing it in a time where you could be scaring somebody, that's out of there.
That's not cool.
You know, that's not cool. But if it's some shit like, you know, maybe you already over there, you know what I'm saying, and like you dip off for like 30 minutes and they thinking like, oh, they must have probably went outside on the phone or something like that, and then like, oh, where the hell
You
they
come
at?
in
And
here
then
with
you pop up out of
your striped
nowhere.
shirt on,
Like,
like the hamburger.
yeah, you know, like something like that. Like I don't know what the approach is. I'm probably giving people ideas, but
And you're welcome.
yeah, you heard it first. It all comes back to sex.
It all does. Everything. It always does. I try to tell people that, but they don't be wanting to believe me. They don't want to believe me.
You know.
What
Oh,
we
I saw. Oh.
What?
We can do the Would You Rather.
Oh, would you rather? Go ahead,
This
Tay.
feels like a slumber party.
Okay. Dang, well, I gotta read this. Can I
Oh,
tell y'all
okay.
that I don't come up with these?
Okay, would you rather?
I'm the same.
Whatever.
Same.
Would you rather be choked while receiving pleasure or choke and slap someone while giving it to them? Would you rather be choked while receiving pleasure or choke and slap someone
I'm
while you're
not
giving
big
it when you're giving it to them?
on inflicted pain to me, but women love that, so I would definitely have to.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I mean, shit,
Right?
man. Like I said,
I
you know, speak
thought
on
they
that.
did. I thought they
I
liked
don't
it.
want to be
Yeah,
slapped too.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, I can
what
only
they be
speak on
doing.
my experiences, man. Cause in the right zone, in the right mood, you know what I'm saying. A woman let you do whatever it is that she'll let you do. You know.
That's why it's different levels to sex. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Some
so-
days you into that punch me in the back of the head thing
What?
and knock you out. And some
Yeah.
days you like think I wish you would.
Like I said, I feel
You gotta
like that's
keep up.
you gotta want that. You know.
You gotta keep up.
I've never just done that shit. I've never slapped nobody without them, like, you know what I'm saying,
Tell
giving
to
me
do
something,
it.
like, even if they didn't tell me, like, giving me some type of vibe that, you know what,
Slap this shit up.
You gotta do it's an eye like.
it's his eye, huh? Like,
It's,
give me
it's a look.
you give
it's
me
a
two
look.
fingers like this, and then I'm going in.
It's alright.
It's okay,
I
alright?
can do this.
We can do this.
So you gotta-
you gotta
You
have.
gotta send up smoke
contractors.
signals.
Yeah. It's not, yeah, you'll know.
You'll know when you get punched back, huh? that was not the look.
That's when the boundary is.
Oh, I was.
you know,
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that look.
I misunderstood,
What you
yeah.
meant? What you? Oh, okay. I thought you meant for me to punch you in the face.
3 fingers, not 2, 3 fingers. Okay.
That part.
Well, the next one she has this question here. It says, "Would you rather make out for
Which is
6
she
hours or no?" It says forever make out for 6 hours. That doesn't make no sense.
Would you?
Make,
No.
Make out.
Would
For,
you-
you
for-
said forever make out for 6 hours. It's not forever if you said 6
Okay.
hours.
Well,
Okay. Would you
Sounds
rather?
like forever.
Okay, forever make out for 6 hours, or forever have sex for less than 7 minutes. So you wanna forever you wanna have you wanna.
6 hours of kissing is unnecessary on any level.
Period. What are we
Any
doing
level.
here?
Any level.
Now fall dry.
oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
It just bored.
You know?
How many times can you get a lip touching at the lip? And then you just like, okay, what's another angle? Come on.
You said teeth play.
You're right.
You did say that.
You're right. But that usually comes first.
You
Once you
did
get
say
past
that.
that, then like I said, what's the angle now? Yeah.
I'm gonna choose the latter too. I would say have sex for less than 7 minutes for forever. Then.
man, that's
I'm not really like
make it spontaneous shit.
yeah.
It's gonna be 7 minutes.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Scare somebody.
7 minutes in heaven. That's all you need.
Man.
Yeah.
What you do this? What kissing for hours? What do you like?
Hey, no, man.
Yeah, I
Look,
saw that
tell
on
you,
there.
man. If two people ain't ready to have sex, but they're like, we almost there. They gonna be
Man.
kissing and necking all night.
He said
man. Shit.
And he be actually rubbing your two necks together.
Yeah, at the 4th hour, you need something else to do. So, shit, give me a neck.
Give me your neck.
It's all in the same area.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I was just checking the time. We got a lot, but I want to just put out there for the shows that we have coming up. We do have. Oh, you have a note here. Is this next show? Is the 15th the next
Yes,
show?
we have.
The effects of sex on drugs, and we're
Yes.
gonna have an in-studio guest, Sugar Bear. He is.
He is.
Yeah, he's a recovering addict and has done